The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
At the 23-yard line.
To throw is Jackson. And his throw here is incomplete. Looking for Christian Watson that time. And it's third down. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
Yeah, this has been a good defense, but they're going to have to really prove it in this one because guess what? They're facing the number 1 passing offense in the NFL. It's definitely a prove-it day for them.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
At their own 40-yard line.
Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
We saw that indeed, picking up the first. Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to get the football here at their own 23. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the number 1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Escaping the pressure right. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, How about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu. The Ravens at 5-3 now on the year. And they come in playing some pretty decent football, 5-3 over their last 8.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now a throw here to his running back. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jackson. That's another incomplete to Mitchell. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Tucker with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old mountain problem? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
3rd down at 6. Gino now to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, you have man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. There he goes, left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 71-yard punt return. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
You got a guy that fast back there to receive punts. That's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. But it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Smith on first down. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Geno. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And that's a big defensive stop there, and it takes away a lot of the momentum from the offense coming off that big completion the prior snap. Give big credit to the defense for bouncing back.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Smith now to throw. And Walker has it. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Smith. They'll roll him out right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Toward the pylon, caught. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try for the first with Walker. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan,
that they've executed to perfection.
Myers' kick is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the third drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
This 2nd and 4. Once again, it's Mitchell. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Now it's Jackson. And this one is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Here's Jackson to throw.
Open man is Duvernay.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Jackson on first down. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Play action. Now Jackson. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
And Jackson throwing once more. Dancing to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
2nd and 10.
Here's Jackson.
He'll dump that one off to Mitchell.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Now Jackson going to shift him around.
the red zone now. Here's Jackson on first down, eluding the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
To throw again is Jackson. They set up the screen to Hill. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
On 3rd down, Jackson.
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Quadre Diggs.
And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. After the interception, here's Smith.
Man open downfield, it's Metcalf.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Myers' kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Out of the gun, Walker with it.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
And when the defense wins and gets up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. He
to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On first down, Smith. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
On first down, it's Smith.
And complete to Smith-Njigba.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, Smith.
Throw out wide to Walker. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be second down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Second and 6. Straight ahead, Walker.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides, but to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Here's Walker.
He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
Walker is in. Touchdown, Seattle.
Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2. Gino's going to throw. Throws right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because...
All right, rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Julian Love.
And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 42 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. They'll try the air now with Smith. And his throw is incomplete.
The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Geno now to throw.
Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf from 19 yards away. And the Seahawks have scored again in this 3rd quarter, this time to move out in front.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is now 21-14.
Ravens 14. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing is Jackson. Rolling to his right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes a correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. They'll send Watson in motion right.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 1.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And in for the Ravens touchdown.
Christian Watson.
43 yards.
And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Gino. And that's going to be incomplete. The defense did their job. 4th quarter, big stand.
No doubt about it, because the offense has been yelling at him from the sideline. Just do us a favor. Get us the ball back. Give us one more chance to take it downfield. The defense just did them a solid, it appears.
And when they get the ball back, they can kind of play free tie game. They're not behind. Here we go on 4th. Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Armour-Davis. And the Ravens are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the 4th quarter. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
They're looking deep here for Flowers. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now. Standing right on his own 5-yard line. Returnable for Lockett. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. The Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On the counter, it's Walker.
And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
And everybody thinking about the possible field goal on 4th. It would be 58 yards from here. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith.
That is caught. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now Gino on 1st down. And Walker has it. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
Partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Now 1st and goal.
A shotgun snap for Smith. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
And darn right, they did something to disrupt that timing.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Walker.
And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line.
This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try and run Walker.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown.
Kenneth Walker with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Devin Duvernay. He's inside the 20.
And he's all the way in for the touchdown. I don't see any flags, Charles. And in the final stages, the gives him an extra point away from tying this up.
You're exactly right. The field is clean. It's going to count.
The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here's first and 10. Smith to throw. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Here's first down. Smith's going to throw it. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. David Ojabo, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. They'll come up now. This is second and long. Here's Smith. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Armour-Davis. And the Ravens are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Throwing, Jackson.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. How about the call to come with the blitz there in this situation?
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. So when they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they just make a change on defense, say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
Here's Jackson.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
Here we go. This is fourth down.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Smith. Left side here taken in by Metcalf.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over.
So it's the Ravens who won the toss. They'll get the football first here in overtime as the kick is away. Duvernay now going to bring it out.
And this will not be a good return. He's out of bounds at the 12.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
On second down, here's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your guys in space. If he makes someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
And he will have the Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A good start for him under center here in overtime. Now 3 of 3.
And this is where you have to know who you have playing quarterback. You got a confident thrower right now. Someone who's taking care of the ball, but not being timid as well, and is moving the team downfield. That opens up your playbook and allows you to dial up some big shots.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's into the